I have gotten so many requests to do this video, and here I am. I'm finally doing it. But before we get into today's video, I just want to let you guys know that this video is for educational purposes only. Please remember to be kind to everybody everywhere, in your everyday life, in your home, in the grocery store, and especially in the comment section down below. Please do not show hate to anybody, anywhere. So good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing today? I hope you all are having an amazing day. I hope you all had a wonderful week. Hope everybody's getting geared up for a nice weekend. Hopefully y'all will get to spend some time outside, go for a walk, get some sunshine, drink some water. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about a very highly requested case. And man, it's taken me a long time to do this video because there are so many theories out there. I mean, I've been down rabbit hole after rabbit hole after rabbit hole researching this case, and we're going to talk about it today. Before we get into it, though, I did want to let you guys know, if you don't already know, hi, my name is Christina. I do have a second channel, which is Casually Christina. We just do things way more casually over there. I also have a Patreon. My Patreon's for 18 and up. And over there, we talk about more personal stuff. We go live over there. There's a $2 tier for all the true crime stuff that cannot go onto YouTube due to their terms and policies. That goes over on my Patreon under the $2 tier. Just make sure you read the full about section and what each tier offers before you join. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Like to Know It. And Like to Know It is a platform where you can find links to a lot of things that you guys ask about and that I use and that I love. Everything from skincare, makeup, this top, these earrings, all kinds of stuff, workout gear, cooking utensils that I want to link over there. I do. And all of those platforms are linked down in the description box if you would like to come and check me out. Before we go any further, I did want to stop and thank today's sponsor, Upside. You guys, Upside is a must-have app on your phone for this year, 2025. With the Upside app, you will earn cash back on doing regular things that we all do, like going to the grocery store, going out to eat at different restaurants, and my favorite way to earn money on my Upside app, which is at the gas station where I'm at right now. We just went on a family trip about 7 hours away, and my husband drove his gas guzzling truck. I use the Upside app every single time we stop to get gas, and you guys, I'm up to $145 in my Upside app. Hello. And there are over 100,000 different gas stations, grocery stores, and restaurants that partner with Upside where you can earn cash back at. So it's assuring that cash back is always just around the corner. And yes, it is real cash back. No reward systems or different credits. You just simply use the Upside app. Then you can transfer the cash back that you have earned either into your bank account or into different gift cards. And just let me show you how easy it is to use. So here I am sitting at the gas station. I just open up my Upside app, and right here, as you can see, pops up all of the different places that is close to where I am sitting. I am at a Circle K getting ready to get gas, so I am just going to claim. So I just hit got it. Now I'm going to pump my gas. I'll be right back. Now I just go right back to my Upside app. I confirm linked card, and that's all I have to do. And top earners are making as much as $300 a month. To find out how much you could earn, click the link in the description to download Upside and use my code Christina Randall to get an extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas. Or you can just scan this QR code right here. Yes, all you got to do is download the free Upside app, clicking the link down in the description box, use my code Christina Randall, and you can start earning cash back today. Thanks again, Upside. So, okay, before we get into this video about Noah, I did want to say that everything in this video is alleged. I don't know any of these people. I pull all of my information from very public news sources that is already out there. I filter it through my own words and opinions. Please go do your own research. Form your own opinions. Just do not show hate to anybody, anywhere. And I really need to preface this by saying that there is a lot of disputed information and all kinds of theories out there about this case. And it's still a pretty recent case, and it has not been solved, and emotions are very high still. So I did my best because, like I said, I was down rabbit holes after rabbit holes, and this could have been an hour, 2 hour long video, to be honest, if we went down all them different avenues. But instead, I did my best to only include what seems like the most reputable, confirmed, and I guess just like really relevant information to tell the story. At the end of the video, I'm going to tell y'all what I think, and it may surprise you. So if you want to know my opinion, make sure you stay to the end of this video. And so I want to set the scene for y'all from what it seems like from my research with this situation we're going to talk about with Noah. Okay, it seems like this is a very small town, and like teenagers do, there was a lot of drama. So you got a lot of teenagers, you got high schoolers, you got young adults. They hang out a lot. You got small area, different, you know, this guy is with this girl for a bit, this girl is with that guy for a bit, and just a lot of on again, off again relationships, different cheating, different arguing, and even some of the adults were in some of this drama, and even some of them were giving alcohol to minors. It was just a very messy situation. So let me bring y'all to the background, okay? Noah Presgrove was born on May 14th of 2004 in Duncan, Ohio, to his parents, Victor and Casey. Now, Noah grew up in Comanche, Oklahoma, and he went to Comanche High School. While he was there, he actually lettered in football. He was in wrestling, cross country, and even track. Totally athletic sports young man. Noah was also a member of the Ray of Hope Church. Now, Comanche, again, is a very small town in Stevens County. It has a population of only about 1,404 people. And at the age of 17, Noah emancipated himself from his parents, and he ended up living with his grandmother. Then, after graduating from high school in 2023, Noah had actually planned to enlist in the Marines with one of his cousins. Noah's family says that he had a very outgoing personality. Again, he was involved in all these different sports. He was very athletic. He was spontaneous. He was a country boy, and he was definitely a ladies' man, okay? And he loved the outdoors and anything to do with any like water sports, lakes, stuff like that. And he even liked to skateboard. I mean, this young man was doing all kinds of stuff and truly living what seemed like his best life. Noah's friends say that he was a true friend to all who knew him. And they say that he loved to play like pranks on people, and he was always making others laugh. That brings us to Labor Day weekend of 2023. This is when 19-year-old Noah had actually planned to go to a 3-day music festival called Rocklahoma with some of his family members. However, right before he got ready to go to this like Rocklahoma festival event with his family, Noah heard that there was going to be this huge party that all of his friends were going to. And so he decided that he was going to do that instead. This was actually going to be like a long party, an ongoing party. And so he said, I'm not going with my family. I'm going to go with my friends. It actually was one of his friend's 22nd birthday party. And people have been posting about this party all over social media. Again, small town, only around 1,400 people, and a country town. It seemed like everyone was going, and Noah just did not want to miss out. So on Saturday night, Noah drove himself to the party and reportedly had a really great time. He ended up spending the night at the birthday girl's house, and he drove home Sunday morning. Now, his grandmother says that she remembers seeing him come home that morning. Now, the party was supposed to continue that night. So even though he had went there Saturday, spent the night there, went home Sunday morning at his grandma's house, got some food, he's finding out, okay, the party's still going on. The party's not stopping. So later that evening, Noah got himself ready, but this time, instead of driving himself to the party, he ended up having someone pick him up instead. According to reports, the Sunday night party was pretty rowdy, okay? There were over 40 different teenagers, and there was a lot of alcohol. There were tons of pictures and videos that were taken that were posted all over social media, and Noah was in some of them. Some of the videos even showed like girls writing on Noah, writing like Noah's hot and drawing things on Noah's body. And Noah can be seen dancing shirtless and like play fighting.
I always thought that made me.
Like, I'm actually I would just rather, you know, shut up.
No, you saw me. You're really almost missed that. Hit me too. Go ahead. See, I wasn't.
Now, I want to stop here and say that I, in my research, saw a lot of people talking about these videos. And listen, I'm not condoning anything, especially if you're underage. We know Noah was 19. He wasn't 21, but he was still an adult and he was making his own decisions. But taking alcohol and everything out of it, the element, this seemed like a typical that age group out in the country type of party. You got 40 different people there. They're all playing outside, slap boxing, cutting up with each other, laughing. I mean, it seemed like they were really having a great time. But some arguments started to break out. Now, one of the fights was actually between Noah and his best friend, Jack. Apparently, there was like this misunderstanding about an interaction between Noah and Jack's girlfriend. So as you would assume, you got all these young people out there. The drinks are flowing. It's into day 2. And you know how it gets. Wait a minute, you're talking to my girlfriend a little bit too long. You got your arm wrapped around her shoulder in a way that I don't like. And things start building into them second days of going at it like this. However, fortunately, Jack, Noah's best friend, says that they were able to talk it out. They smushed it and they kept on going. However, a second altercation ended up happening. Noah and a totally different guy at the party were supposedly arguing because the guy thought that Noah took his cell phone. So the guy's in the party and he thinks that Noah took his cell phone. And remember, Noah was a prankster, so they automatically thought it was him. And during this argument, the guy apparently stuck his finger in Noah's mouth like a fish hook, and then Noah ended up biting his finger, which when I read that, I was like, that's a new one to me. However, this fight ended up being broken up before it could escalate to anything further, and the phone was actually found under a couch cushion. So as you can see, things seem to be getting rowdier and rowdier. At this point, Noah and his friends decided that they were going to drive around in a side-by-side and think of really souped up golf cart. I've seen so many different stories about this situation and how they ended up getting the keys to this side-by-side and things but I'm going to try to stay on track here, and I'm just going to say that Noah and some friends were in this side-by-side and they ended up crashing the side-by-side and it rolled over. Now, it is said that Noah at this time did not appear to be seriously injured. And allegedly, even one of the people that was at the party was a nurse, and she checked him out and he seemed totally fine. But remember, everyone was apparently quite intoxicated at this point. Now, after this, Noah ended up going back to the party and continued to drink. This is about the time that things become unclear. And I've heard so many different things, and I know that the people that were at this party are still out there, so I'm going to just say allegedly. Allegedly, the birthday girl either had a crush on Noah had a crush on her. Not quite sure, okay? There was something there. Noah also had a girlfriend. Now, the night before, on Saturday night, allegedly, Noah slept at the birthday girl's house in the bed or around or cuddled up with another girl that was not his girlfriend and was not the birthday girl. Totally different girl. Then allegedly Sunday night, it is said that Noah wanted to sleep in the bed with the birthday girl, but the birthday girl said no, because you was sleeping in the bed, just that type of thing. And it is said that a little argument broke out and Noah decided that he was going to go for a walk to blow off some steam. This was around 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. Now, when Noah left, he was supposedly wearing his friend's shorts, and he had on 2 totally different pairs of shoes because he could only find one of his own shoes, and so he ended up just taking one of his friend's shoes. So he's leaving in a pair of shorts, that's his friend's, and 2 different shoes. This was the last time that anyone would ever see Noah alive. At 5:53 a.m. on September 4th, a truck driver passed by what he believed to be a body laying on the shoulder of the highway. The trucker wasn't really sure what he saw, so he called 911.
911, what is your emergency?
Hey, on Highway 81, just north of Terrell, in between Terrell and Ryan, Oklahoma, it's probably about 3 miles north of Terrell. Dropping down the road, and I had a bunch of cars behind me, but it looked like somebody got hit, like somebody walking down the highway laying on the shoulder of the road.
It looks like somebody's laying in the road?
Like on the shoulder, like maybe they were walking and somebody hit them, unless it was a deer. It looked like a body.
I will get a hold of the officer and go get it checked out.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
Now, at least one other person saw the same thing and called 911 as well.
911, what is your emergency?
Yes, ma'am. I was driving to work. I'm south of Terrell, or north of Terrell, south of Ryan.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure there's somebody laying dead along the road. They look naked. I'm staying back.
Okay, I just had 2 calls on that, and I have a deputy headed that way.
All right. Well, I'm
And
sitting here blocking the road
Oh, are you there waiting? Okay.
because he's right. The body's laying right on a white line.
Oh, it is a boy. He's naked, and he's laying on the white line. He's naked.
I turned around because I just about hit it because there's a deer run across the road, and I'm like, first I thought it was a deer, and I was talking to a guy I work with. I'm like, I don't think that's a deer.
Yeah, that's what my first caller said. Thought it was a deer, and then when he looked back and he said, "No, there's no way that's a deer."
No, and it actually looks like there's a piece of clothing maybe laying in the middle of the road. Now, I don't want to get too close.
Okay, so you're staying there, or?
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and make sure nobody runs it over or anything else. I mean,
I have a art reporting party staying there until a deputy gets there to block so nobody hits them again.
There is the reporting party is going to sit there with flashers on until...
Okay, I appreciate it. I do have the sheriff headed there and an undersheriff headed there, too.
all right.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Bye.
When an officer finally arrived, this is when he came across Noah's lifeless body. It is said that Noah was curled up in the fetal position. It is said that he was completely nude and wearing mismatched shoes, an Adidas on his left foot and Hey Dudes on his right foot. The house that the party was at had a driveway that was about a half of a mile long, and it led to this major highway, which was US 81. It's a 2-lane highway with a speed limit of around 65 miles per hour. Now, locals say it is a very dark road to drive at nighttime. I mean, there's no street lights or anything like that. And there is a narrow strip of gravel on the side of each road. Noah was found between the 2 chalk lines in this picture right here. There were obvious signs of blunt trauma to Noah's head, but there was very little red fluid at the scene. Noah had scrapes on his left shoulder. He had scrapes on his hip, and his fingertips had been completely shredded. His teeth had been knocked out, and a part of his tooth was found near his body, as well as 3 pieces of a white metal chain necklace and the shorts that he had been wearing. Noah's brother said that the shorts were actually folded up next to Noah's body. So not just sitting there, he's saying that they were folded, like they were placed there. They were completely undamaged. There was also 2 chunks of hair that was found, one on the road and one on Noah's right butt cheek. Neither had the roots attached, so it didn't seem like these hairs had been ripped out. Now, in these pictures, the circles show where some of Noah's teeth were actually found. And as you can imagine, all of this seemed so strange to the investigators right from the start. They didn't think that it looked like your typical hit and run accident, so they deemed it suspicious. Now, not long after this happened, Noah's grandmother asked the public to please come forward with any information that they may have.
He was good-hearted. If he needed anything, he was there. Just finding out what really happened is our biggest goal. Now, that's what we're really wanting to ask people about, is if you know something, let us know.
Because of the investigation, the OHP isn't really releasing a whole lot of information because they don't want it to get out.
I mean, we need to know exactly what happened. There's too many stories out there. Too many. Everybody says they loved him. He was a true friend. So speak out, say something. Stand up for him. He would have stood up for you.
An autopsy revealed that Noah had 10 broken ribs, his skull was split in half, he had neck and spine fractures, internal bleeding, organ damage, and cuts all over his body. He had red bodily fluid coming from his ears, and his lips were split and the left side of his tongue was completely torn. Both of his lungs were punctured as well. And he also had something that was extremely rare. He had air in his cranial cavity and in his spinal cord. According to the medical professionals, this is usually only seen in patients with serious, massive head trauma. When they tested Noah's blood alcohol level, it was a 0.14, and he had no other substances in his system. When the medical examiner released their report, it is said that they determined that Noah had passed from multiple blunt force injuries. However, his manner of death was still listed as unknown. Initially, it looked like Noah had been hit on the side of the road, but there was like no vehicle debris at the scene, like no skid marks, nothing where a car may have run off the side of the road. There was just no sign of a hit and run at all. The Oklahoma Highway Patrol did state by this point that they did not believe that this was a hit and run incident. After this autopsy report finally came out, which was like months later, Noah's mother spoke out.
He was just an all-around boy, you know. He was a son that everybody would want, you know. He was my son. I miss him. I know that God needed him for some reason, okay? And I wish he was still here with me.
So what could have happened to Noah? This is where the opinions are split. People at the party had obviously been intoxicated the night before, so their memories were not great, and no one could really say what time Noah left for his walk. But one girl at the party posted a picture of herself on Snapchat at around 3:41 a.m. with a caption that said, "Well, Noah's missing." And as you can imagine, this photo ended up being considered very suspicious. People were very suspicious by this. It looks like to me it could have been a bunch of different things. It could have been something nefarious because people are saying, why is she smiling? And it could have been because Noah had kind of gotten into it with a couple other people so far that day. And then he got into it with the last girl, walked off, nobody heard from him. And then it was just kind of like the cherry on top, like, well, Noah's missing now, you know, so. But this girl has gotten a lot of heat about this Snapchat photo. The morning of the incident, when word first got out about it, Jack, Noah's best friend, who he had gotten into the argument with the night before, was reportedly riding with his father to go fishing when they came across the scene where Noah was found. So imagine this. So Jack is Noah's best friend. They're at the party. They end up getting to that little squabble, that little argument about Jack's girlfriend and maybe Noah being a little bit too friendly with his girlfriend. They had been drinking, He said that this was at 6 a.m. And this is important. And this is what this whole interaction right here is really what is bending my mind about the case, because I have theories. I feel like I can make certain things make sense, but this is the part right here that I can't make sense of. So Jack says that it was at 6 a.m. However, another guy from the party was later interviewed. He said that Jack came busting into the house at 5:15 a.m. saying Noah is dead. Now remember, the 911 calls did not come in until 5:53 a.m. This guy said that he and some of the other guys that were still at the house, because a lot of people had just passed out there, followed Jack to Noah's body, and when he saw Noah, he said that Noah allegedly wasn't nude.
2 hours later, Jack Newton busts through the door saying Noah is dead. Noah is dead, guys. Like, frantic. I could almost see he was tearing up. Mm-hmm. And so he burst back out the door immediately. And I look at my phone because it felt like I just went to sleep.
Right.
And it was 5:15. Mm-hmm. And so I wake up Isaac, Mikey, and Brylan. Isaac, Mikey, and Brylan, yeah. And we all load up in my red Jeep Cherokee and go down to where Noah was.
So let me just stop you right there. I want to make sure I'm clear, right? So Jack, you said burst through the door, went through the door. said that Noah's dead, right?
Yes, sir.
And so that woke you up.
Yeah, him,
Right.
because he like slammed through the door.
Right.
And stuff like
gotcha.
that.
So when you left the party house, you turned left.
Yeah, I turned left to go back towards Duncan.
Gotcha.
And so we get out of the vehicle, that we all get out, and Jack steps out of his vehicle, but just sits there and stares at Noah. And the service truck driver walks up towards Jack. They start talking. I never did see the semi-truck driver.
Okay.
But I go to walk up towards Noah, and he's wearing black shorts, which you can see in the videos from the party house. The same black shorts that he was wearing are the ones he was wearing when he was on the side of the road. And he had one of my shoes on. Oh, I forgot to mention that. When we woke up, we spent about 2-3 minutes looking for my other shoe.
Right.
And we leave because I can't find it, so I just go one shoe. And we get there, we get out of the vehicle, all that crap. And I go walk up towards Noah. There he is, laying there, all contorted. And so I go walk back towards my vehicle, and Isaac was bawling his eyes out. And so I give him a hug and tell him it's going to be okay. And I go to open my trunk or my hatch to get out this blue shop blanket I had. And right as I was walking back towards that Noah, we got told to leave. But I did not remember who told us to leave.
He also says when they got back to the house, a lot of them just went right back to sleep, like nothing ever happened.
We go back up, make a U-turn, go back to the house. Go back inside. You can hear the girls crying in the back room, and
they stayed at the house.
Yeah, they stayed at the house.
Okay.
So from the people that were at the party, from my knowledge, we were the only ones that seen Noah. Isaac, Mikey, Brylan, and Jack and me. And they stay there at the scene, and we go back to the house. Go back to our spots where we were originally sleeping and sit down, and they are all like sitting there like thinking like this for a couple minutes, and they all go back to sleep like nothing just happened.
So who is they?
They is Isaac, Mikey, and Brylan. They all go back to sleep. And I don't know what to do at the moment. So I turn on the TV to try to get it out of my mind of what I just seen. And I watch TV for, I'd say about 30 minutes to maybe an hour. Because whenever we left, it was pitch black. And so the girls start coming out of the room. Their boys are still asleep. We watch TV.
So you're pretty certain that Jack came through the door at 5:15?
I'm 100% positive.
Okay.
As words started to get out, people from the party allegedly started taking down all of their pictures that they posted, the videos that they had posted on social media, and investigators did interview several people that were at that party that night, and they all claimed that no one knew what happened to Noah. All they remembered was that Noah said that he was going for a walk and that he never came back. As for the other partygoers, they said that Noah showered at some point during this party, and that's why he was in someone else's clothes. Noah's shirt was left behind at the party, and if y'all remember, like, the girls were all drawing on his body and stuff like that, and so allegedly he showered, put on someone else's shorts. That's about all the information about that night that has been confirmed. There are tons of unconfirmed rumors, though, out there. Tons of them, you guys. I don't want to put them all in here because these are young people and they may not be true, okay? But what I will say is that the young man who said that Jack came busting in at 5:15, and Jack is now saying that that guy was wrong, he didn't know the time. I was researching because I was like, this doesn't make sense. How could he come in at 5:15 and say this, but the 911 phone calls were not even made until almost 6 o'clock by strangers driving down the road. I saw where allegedly this guy has doubled and tripled down, saying, listen, I don't have anything to do with any of this, but I'm telling you, I looked at my phone and it was at 5:15 a.m. when he came in and said this. And that is what has me kind of like, what is going on here? The Oklahoma Department of Public Safety has stated that the authorities are not currently investigating the case as a murder, but they have said that the investigation is not over. And that's confusing to me as well, because how can y'all say that this is not a hit and run, but it's not? So what is it then? Because healthy 19-year-olds don't end up on the side of the road in this type of position because they slipped and fell. Something happened. So what kind of investigation is it? Noah's family has since hired their own private investigator, and this PI has said that she has 2 people that she suspects were involved in Noah's passing, but she's never publicly said exactly who the 2 people are. So what happened to Noah that night? If Noah was hit on the side of the road, which even the investigators are saying that he wasn't, why wasn't there hardly any red bodily fluids around him? Why was he nude? Why was there no car debris found around him? How did he get these like extremely serious injuries? I mean, we're not just talking about broken teeth or he had 10 broken ribs, collapsed lungs, the skull fractures. I mean, it's like, was very serious. And why would the other guy from the party say that Jack came in and woke him up at 5:15 a.m.? Was he mistaken? Was his timing messed up? Was he not remembering it right? A lot of people, and I mean the majority of people, not just a lot, believe that something sinister happened to Noah at the party and that he was later dumped on the side of the road where he was found. Almost a year after the incident, and unfortunately still not having any concrete answers, Noah's family and friends had a memorial for him on his birthday at the cemetery where he's buried.
Just want to speak for my son and try to bring the voice out. You know, I feel like they would get a conscience on them and they're so scared to come out. I really think they're really scared what's going to happen to them.
To this day, Noah's friends and family still do not know exactly what happened to Noah. They've created a Justice for Noah Presgrove Facebook page, and they want answers. And I can tell you right now, I would not be able to let this rest. They want answers, and if I was their family or Noah's family, I couldn't let it go either. Now, Noah's family ended up filing a wrongful death lawsuit on June 23rd of this year, 2025. And in it, Noah's family claims that Noah was beaten to death by one or more of the defendants that is in this lawsuit. The suit ends up naming 7 defendants, as well as several other unnamed individuals, and a convenience store that allegedly provided alcohol for the party that night. The named defendants are the people that ended up throwing the party, who were Noah's close friends, including his best friend Jack and his father and the homeowner. The suit seeks $75,000 in damages, and Jack's father has since come out and said that he has not been able to find one thing in the lawsuit that has any truth to it. He's actually quoted saying it's a huge waste of everybody's time and emotions. According to Noah's family's lawyer, he says that the adults there and the teens shouldn't have allowed it to get to the point where Noah was ever going to be at risk of passing away. He believes it's clear that someone laid their hands on Noah and that's what ended up causing his death. According to Noah's family, the house where the party was never even searched. And Noah's brother Dalen says that the lawsuit is not even about the money. He says that it's their last Hail Mary and that they've exhausted every avenue and they've done everything that they can to seek the truth so that they can put everything to bed. Someone has to know something. What do I think? I think, again, that I understand the family side. I would not be able to let this go. It's just too bizarre. And I know that this is going to be something that people do not agree with, but I do think that there is a possibility that he was hit. And let me tell you why. There was a lot of semi-trucks that went down that road. I live out in the country, okay? We don't have street lights out here. If you live out in the country, you know what I'm talking about. And some of these people fly down them back roads when there's no street lights, there's no police out there, you just way out in the boondocks. And there was a lot of semis that went down this road. And a semi truck, especially if it has a grill on it. I'm going to pop up a picture right here of a semi truck with a front metal grill on it. That going at a certain speed and hitting something, it's not going to put any damage on the truck. It's not going to put a dent in it, literally. And it could have been anything. It could have been a semi-truck driver who was on something to keep him awake and didn't want to stop. He could have thought he hit a deer. He could have hit it so fast. He could have hit Noah so fast and so hard he didn't even know what he hit. And Noah could have been hit again. I don't know. Or somebody could have caught him walking alone, that he had pissed off at the party, because obviously, and listen, you guys, Noah had his whole life ahead of him. He obviously was rowdy at the party. It's what happens when alcohol's involved. There's always one at the party that's cutting up, getting into it, whatever. It happens. A lot of the times, though, that person that is at the party that maybe is getting into it with everybody and having a fish hook put in their mouth, they grow up, right? They grow up and they look back and they say, I was young and dumb and they did stupid stuff. I know I did. I was blessed to be able to grow and learn. Unfortunately, Noah's life was cut short. But he could have been getting into it with somebody at the party. There was 40 different people there, in and out. And he could have went walking and somebody could have decided they was going to offer him a ride and took him off somewhere and did something to him and then dumped his body. That's very possible too. The hard part is you don't know. You really don't know. I do think it is possible, though, that he was hit, especially by a semi-truck, especially if it had a grill on it. And that's awful. And I do pray that his family gets answers some way, somehow. I feel like if anybody from the party is involved, there's a chance the truth will come out one day. If it was a hit and run by one person, that person's never going to probably tell on themselves. And it's sad because they're not going to be able to let it go, and I wouldn't either. If you have any information on this that is real information and you know anything, I do pray that you will come forward and help the family get peace. You can go to the Facebook page that I spoke about earlier and follow this case. And please pray for the family and everybody that loved Noah. Let me know what you think happened in the comments section down below. Other than that, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Love you guys.